and Falcons definitely looking for a mid to late game spike. Maybe they get an early game advantage.
Team Falcons, they are one step away from actually getting more club championship points, but more importantly, deeper within the tournaments here in the MLBB category. Moreno, I'm surprised that he's got a sprint rig. I'm just as shocked as you are.
It was the first thing I had to point my finger at looking at our monitors here, Gideon, because what do you mean? It's the first time you're seeing a different battle spell from Vitality, and it's not a Purify.
Yeah, I mean, Moreno, I don't know whether this is going to be the play or not, but without a flicker, and he still has to pull yourself together as well. So does that mean, what is this opting for? Like, Kyle now has a direct target on Moreno's head as soon as that ball lightning comes out of him.
Yeah, well, there is such a huge job for Moreno to accomplish in this game, at least. You know he is going to be the main source of burst damage. There has to be a way for them to get those shields out for Super Marco, but First Blood immediately... What? They just found Ogwen over there.
Hey, you can't deny the amount of early game damage that this team has, especially at level 2, right? We've seen a lot of Hirara players kind of set up with their mid duo to kind of look for a fight, freeze out the lane, even if it's in a neutral state, and then go for an early First Blood. Okay. Luckily, at least, you know, Ogwen, he didn't end up losing out on his flicker, and Finn, he manages to get out of there, doesn't lose his flicker as well.
I guess a lot of people are happy with what they're seeing right now. We're finally getting Nile on an assassin. And there is much more action happening across the map, because I feel like when they were on the Paquito the last 2 games, there's just so much pressure over to Eman, which I feel like now is a bit more alleviated considering the fact that their damage is a bit more spread out. There's also Moreno too on the sprint, who we're yet to see in action, but we're looking forward to that since Vitality at least have a better grasp of the early game this time alongside this Cho too.
Yeah, now Falcons were looking for a couple of conditions in the drafting phase. One, somebody that doesn't really quote-unquote disrupt this Farsa as often, and also making sure that you're protecting your gold lane in a winning matchup. And I think Super Marco on this Hanabi, as long as the wave's in the right position, you know, can get some free harassment. His first turtle should go over to Vitality's side, but you can see they're just trying to bait him into something, right? Come on, get into these fights before you're level 4 is the only time we can actually punish you.
Ooh, there was an SOD towards the purple. I thought that were actually gonna steal away, but okay. Kyle will still secure it nonetheless. That was already Moreno trying to burst down Flap too. Not much in terms of team fights just yet happening across the map at least. Oh, Purify forced out for Flap though.
Yeah, Super Marco also losing his Aegis as well. There could be a potential gank angle for Finn if he wants to flicker on top of Super Marco. He's very vulnerable right now, and I think there needs to be some kind of communication. But they've missed their opportunity here. You can see that Finn alongside with Moreno trying to control this top side, keeping track of where Kyle is going to be.
Yeah, they can't afford to let Kyle find the pickoffs that will set the pace once again for Team Falcons. Not now that they've finally gotten it for themselves. Shogun's been somewhat taking care of the XP lane surprisingly well though, even despite the matchup considering to be a Barrett's Uranus.
That's why we're seeing a lot of these motions from Vitality going towards the top side of the map. They don't want Flap to have that moment. Oh, the kick!
Oh, Radu Dryad connected perfectly. Kyle with a thumb throw, but it's Moreno who finds him first. It's gonna be a 1-for-1 trade so far. Jungle for Rome.
That's really interesting. I thought that Haji would just instantly spam the feather. Wait, hold on!
They find Haji. Fortunately, had the Purify to get out of there. But still, that was a... Yeah, you were saying it was a roam for jungle, and...
I would have imagined that Haji would have gotten at least Finn's flicker or something, but I think he's purposefully delaying the shots from the feathered airstrike just to make sure he gets maximum value out of it. Like, so what if Finn survives, right? If he doesn't have flicker, he's just as good as useless. That means this next feathered airstrike is going to be less contested for the upcoming fights, and now, with the next turtle in 5 more seconds, plenty of battle spells on their hands. Shogun doesn't have his Detna's welcome just yet, but they're going to fight as soon as it's online.
Which is great. That just shows how Vitality are now very calculated in terms of their usage of skills and resources. That's a Sky Piercer pickup already for Nile, so things should be a lot more better for Vitality if they find and hand over the kills to him this time. But Ogwen still has the Wrath of Dryad. Flap zoning out to Kyle. Really the objective, but the way of the dragon is gonna land onto Haji. That's a Piercer stack for Nile.
Wow, Vitality say you get to have the turtle for free. We're not gonna contest it, of course, but we want to go for Haji, knowing that his battle spell is down, and now they catch Ogwen.
Ogwen again as the Belleric, the stun. It's a 2-man stun. Now connects to Flap. Kyle goes flying in. He finds them and cuts down onto Moreno too. Those are two crucial members that Falcons get, however.
Yeah, and the fans are going back and forth. Nobody is happy with the trades, but Falcon win out big time on the trades because we also get Super Marco breaking this tier 1 at the same time. The SOD connects, all the Guambo combos are there, and even Iman getting into this fight ended up getting him killed. This is the worst possible scenario when you want your insurance to grow. It's really sad if you got to pull it out early.
And all the while, Super Marco has just been farming. He's just been pushing the waves. He's been staying here down bottom, but it's not like there's much attention put towards the bottom lane by Vitality either, because we were already talking about how their rotations were mainly focused towards the XP lane. At least Shogun is having a better time, but we're slowly transitioning to the part of the game where Super Marco might be a lot bigger of a problem than you think of him to be.
Oh yeah, he's already quite a big problem. Dom Ice finally completed by Finn to try and reduce the healing overall from the side of Falcons, but man, until Super Marco gets his 3 items, he's still just going to be only a decent amount of damage only in team fights, right? In the 1v1s, unless you've got a target to bounce though his auto attacks, you're really not getting the full effect of the Hanabi.
Okay. It's at least Sky Pierce again for Moreno, still having those stacks. Dominus Ice already picked up for Finn as well. Vitality looking good so far, at least in the beginning and the start of this game. But Falcons, the way that they've been able to find these angles, I think it's starting to become really tricky for Vitality, especially with Eman choosing to join the fights but not really getting the maximum advantage out of it just yet.
And look at this spread here. They fight into this Tri-Brush, right? Where's the kick? Nope, they're not going to do it just yet. They're holding it. They're really tunnel visioning on that one priority target. This is allowing people like Super Marco to show up. He's not supposed to be a split pusher. In these cases, he's supposed to be a team fighter, and yet here he is.
Yeah, I think Eman and Super Marco at this point have just swapped roles.
Run!
Ooh, Super Marco running away. AG's already used. The burst from Nile is going to be enough though, but can they find the trade on Nile? The answer is no. Eman going in, Gogwin, and Shogun not landing. The Daytona's welcome, so Haji still gets to pick off Eman.
That was such a weird sequence of events. Haji, again, a little bit slow on the reaction time here. He was waiting for the invulnerability, but I think he was anticipating it for too long. He should have just let it rip to force Nile to use the abilities. It's 3 shots to 2 abilities, and you can keep track of how many times he has that invulnerability if you see the little swords underneath the health bar. It's tough to keep up with. I know, a lot of people have been struggling with this new hero.
I am one.
I struggle too. Sometimes I forget using Hirara that I have combo abilities.
Mechanically and understanding, anticipating all these combos and the abilities that can come out of this hero. But Falcons, at least for now, again, they're able to somewhat be not as pressured. They're not forced, or they're not reacting to what Vitality want to get out of them, especially when it's in terms of forcing out really important utilities. And even now, you see the pressure is just constantly towards the bottom side of the map. Kyle flying in, tries to find Moreno.
Wow!
That's a sprint used right there. Is that how it's supposed to be?
Yeah, hey, he survived, right? If sprint makes me live with 1 HP,
okay.
I'll take it any day. But I don't think he's going to get away with this for very long. And honestly, getting pretty lucky there with Finn able to... Oh, hold on.
Okay, Finn, no, he can't. He can't. Moreno was also just zoned out by the feathered airstrike alone.
I've never seen so many people just anticipating this Predator strike come out from Haji. Everyone's just looking at the tablet, just hoping maybe they do something now. And I think that's the big issue, right? Whoever makes that first move is going to get punished. And if Finn doesn't catch that feather airstrike at the right time, he's got a lot more that he has to do. He's got to figure out a way to kick Kyle in the middle of the fight.
Yeah, it's just tough. Like, Vitality, at this point, you really want to see them get to coordinate and layer down their skills well enough. But who should be the heroes to do that first? Who could you expect to primarily be the ones trying to set up and really layer down their skills together? Because at this point, Finn, Eman probably not. Moreno, there is a bit of a lack of damage if they really want to go for the front lines too. I mean, just now they also use the Thunder's Wrath, but it's not enough to really take down Flap on the Uranus.
Yep, it's really just a stat check, right? And Flap, he doesn't mind. This is why it's so annoying to deal with. Oh, hold on.
Okay, now they're going to try and burst him down. Flap still has the Purify, though. He's not using it at all.
Doesn't need to.
They're not reacting to what's happening, to what Vitality's doing against them. Okay, now we see Eman joining in. Super Marco 2 nearby and within range, but the Wrath of Dryad is just going to allow Falcons to flawlessly take this objective for themselves. Super Marco with a free hit, Kyle with a gut thrown, already on a killing spree, and Shogun falls down next. 3 members out for Vitality.
Beautifully played by the Falcons. They understood neutral control is so easy for them when Owen just has to stand and press one button. That's literally, he just stood there like a tree. It's like, nah, you ain't walking out of here. The Wrath of Dryads is just a little too good. Unfortunately, it was on Vitality to force a play out to get the timing right. And as much as Niall can try to use his iframes, closing the distance is half the problem. And Ogwin has way too wide of an AoE to completely ignore. So let's look at this replay one more time, right? Just keep your eyes on Ogwin. He purposely takes one step over the neutral line to drop it down, to give them no opportunity. Even Shogun with the anti-CC wasn't able to catch Kyle mid-cable.
Just so perfect. He barely had to go in for a surprise Wrath of Dryad. It was just really a perfectly timed Wrath of Dryad alone. There wasn't no flicker sacrifice. They also weren't poked down low enough because I don't think Vitality could really afford to. They barely have heroes who could poke. You try to close in, and that's about it. You pretty much expose yourself to Falcons already, and now they're knocking on the base turrets. Fortunately, Vitality are able to deal with it for now, but they already got all of their energy shields, their holy shields out, and they still have waves incoming. 2 conceals already dropped down. Ogwen still not using the Wrath of Dryad. Finn trying to look for an angle. Daytona's welcome, finally committed onto Flap, but again, he's still not using the Purify.
I'm telling you, he's gonna hold it until, you know, Kingdom Come. The next, by the time the Rapture comes, he'll be like, yes, Lord, I have the Purify. I've been holding it this whole time. Oh my goodness. He's not dead, and that's the important thing. He's 1-0-3, so really no use for it at this stage of the game.
Oh no.
The biggest problem right now is who the heck can deal with a Super Marco?
Oh, that's a problem. That's the biggest problem. A Wrath of Dryad Flicker combo under the turret of Vitality. Enough to take down Niall. Falcons don't seem like they're doing much just to take what they want.
Well, you see what I mean? Literally, there's nothing they can do. As long as Super Marco has that Aegis, he's walking around as if he's got Purify, and Vitality recognize that. They can't suppress him. They can't lock him down to the point at that stage. They need Moreno to close the distance, but he has the sprint, so he can't.
Oh, Shogun. Oh, Shogun. Not even Shogun can handle this Hanabi anymore. Okay. Ogwen will fall, though. Lightning Truncheon pickup from Haji, and they will settle with just 2 base turrets taken down.
At this stage, Vitality, they just have to play to scale until we see Iman actually, I think that's his 4th item at this stage, so he should be in pretty good strength. Trinity already complete, I would assume, as well, if he's getting a Malefic done, but right now, the odds are not looking good, and somebody needs to clean that long lane.
Yes, someone has to deal with it, but Vitality, they're all here. They want to contest. Eman's the one trying to at least poke down the Lord for now. They're trying to hunt down Kyle, but Flap is onto Shogun! Oh, Niall falling does not look good for Vitality, and it's just Kyle flying in! He finds a double, can be a triple if they find Eman. Here's Spear of Misery to save him for just a bit, but it's just Eman, Gideon!
Yeah. Super Marco and Haji literally walked up and said, nah, it's good, it's cool, dude. It's like, what can you do? Like, Iman is gonna try and walk up, can't do much, Feather Hand Strike.
He can't even do the defense of his life. Not against Team Falcons, not in this scenario. Team Falcons, after losing the first game, will now make it to the next stage here in the knockout stage.
Oh, he is ready. He is in for it. Go on, push. There you guys have it. Team Falcons Philippines officially eliminates Team Vitality in the MSC at EWC 2026.